Hi, it's Debbie again. This is part two. I made a video about how to survive Thanksgiving when you are the one who's hosting. What about if you're the one who is not hosting and you're a guest? Then what? Sometimes we'll get back into our parents' home or a sibling, and we'll revert back to our childhood. I don't know if you ever had that happen because they see you still as that teen or that kind of thing, and that's normal. That's what families do. But the key here is that you don't revert back to that teen and go back there yourself, making passive aggressive comments when something is said to you that might be hurtful. So just be mindful about how you are interacting with your family of origin. So again, practice mindfulness. I'm going to check a couple of notes here. If you have a real, testy situation, something comes up and you're just really like, I just want to say something to that person, and, excuse yourself, go into a room, an empty room, and just chill a little bit, maybe go for a little walk, and write down what that person said and put that little piece of paper in your pocket, and then bring it back out for a conversation maybe later on. The holidays aren't exactly the best venue for conversations like that, so just something to think about. So that's one area I wanted to discuss. And then the other is, again, I mentioned politics. If you're the one hosting, it can be a little dicey. How can you stay sane? Basically was my input on that. It might be, for some of you, difficult to just sit on your emotions. I want to apply just what I said about when you're coming, or when you're a guest in your parents' home or siblings' home. If you need to find an empty room, just excuse yourself for a few minutes, collect yourself, write down the situation. If somebody brought up a question or something personal and you just want to address that maybe later on, that would be a good idea to just write it down and stick it in your purse or your pocket for a later time. Excuse me. And then and remember, you want to ask yourself questions like, how do I want this person to remember me? After you've had an interaction, and what can I do to keep this relationship? So for your dinner, for your feast for Thanksgiving, and even Christmas, because a lot of this applies to any gathering, really. There'll be a time where you can bring up some conversations, but for right at that time, while you're there and in real time, kind of park it and acknowledge your feelings. If you have to get away and walk out of the room, and like I said, take a little bit of break, a breather, that's okay too. Take care of yourself and use care when you're talking about politics. If you do end up having to talk about politics, it could come up. You're just going to have to find a way to maybe just try to be respectful, I guess, would be the best tip on that one. Last night I was saying, don't go there. And if you're hosting, if you can, since you're the host, don't go there. Now, one thing I would like to say, though, that is an option, letting people know, just everyone know, that you're putting a boundary down and you do not want any political conversations at your house about it while you're hosting. So I wanted to add that in and pepper that in as well. You can always set a boundary beforehand. So I know I'm kind of skipping around a little bit, but the holidays, you have to think on your feet a little bit, and also be mindful at the same time. Things come out, a barb will come out of nowhere. Again, you might be looked at as just that teen that you were, but you don't want to go back to being that teen. So it's really something you have to be prepared for when you go back home. And then again, you can bring things up at a later date if you can. And if it doesn't work out, if things happen and it's very spontaneous, It is what it is. This is your family. Families are families. They're not perfect. Remember, chances are when you leave and when they leave, um, they're going to remember the good things, but they're really going to remember the good things if you try to rise above the fray a little bit, be the bigger person if you can. Sometimes it's difficult, and you can do that though. Like I said, just leave the room, go into another room, go for a walk, come back. Oh, I've left something in my car, even for a moment, taking a break to go to the restroom, that kind of thing. So I hope this is helpful, because I know that sometimes things just don't go according to plan. And I think just don't be hard on yourself, and give yourself a lot of grace, a lot of self compassion, and take care of yourself with the family, and everything's going to be okay. They're your family. You love them, whether they're perfect or imperfect. They're who they are. Hopefully, if time allows and you get an opportunity to confront them, and have a conversation about something that they have said to you, you'll have that moment. Okay. So I hope this helps. Take care. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. And we'll see you all again. Okay. Take care now.